Hi everybody again, welcome back. We wanted to share a little bit of how our staff help survivors heal and move through the healing process. And one of those ways is by doing art. So we have some of our advocates here who are just demonstrating a little bit about how art can be a healing and a therapeutic way of working through trauma and any kind of stress. So we have Chelsea here who will just talk a little bit about how art can really help that whole process.
Hi everyone, so I am involved in the Healing Through Art support group that we hold here at the Sexual Assault Center, and we've over the years really seen a big increase in wanting to engage in this group. Since the start of running it, we see people that may not be open to more of a talk type group, whereas this is an option for that person to really communicate their thoughts, their emotions in a non-verbal way. So it's really therapeutic in that way to use the colors in association with their feelings. We use a color chart so that they can pick their emotion, apply it with art skills and techniques, and we go through it in a very simplified way. So really, when someone's interested in our group, they may not typically dabble in art at all, and I encourage people to try it, because abstract art, you can just do whatever comes natural and whatever comes to you in that moment. So whatever stressors that you're dealing with, whatever trauma you've dealt with in the past, you're able to just really get it out on paper or on canvas, whatever medium that you want to use, to really just showcase how you're feeling in that moment. So if someone is watching this and they've considered and they've seen the flyers before, I would really just encourage them to reach out to us and we can talk a little bit more, because you don't have to be an artist. We really do a good job trying to really make sure that that person, if they're interested, has a heads up about what to expect. We want them to feel safe in that space. We want them to feel like they're in control of their healing, and we will talk with them a little bit more about what to expect, what the space itself will look like, and then when we are in person and we're doing the artwork itself, they get to decide what goes on that piece of paper, what goes on that canvas, and what the texture looks like, all of those things. Because when someone's been victimized in the past, there are a lot of things that have taken, that are without their control, taken away from them. And we use art in our art group and other groups to really just give them that control back.
And Sophie and Carrie, if you guys can chime in a little bit too, why do you think art kind of works and helps kind of work through those emotions? Like, what's healing about it?
So, so something that I've heard from some of the participants we have in the art healing group is that it's a group where we're not really talking the whole time. We talk a little bit and then they focus on the activity that they're doing, and it's really nice to be able to, like Chelsea said, people who do dabble in art or don't, you're able to kind of be in the moment, or even just kind of realize something based on a specific piece that you're working on or an activity that has a specific focus. You're able to realize something that you might not have realized before. So it's really helpful on many different levels.
And I just want to piggyback off of what Sophie said, is that I'm not your regular everyday artist, or I am everyday artist, but I don't have time for hobbies. But sitting here, I can feel my body just relaxing. It's the solace of the quiet, of everybody's getting up every day, kind of doing the rat race, going to work, doing this, picking up, making supper. You're just being. And I think it allows that person who is going maybe through some troubling times to kind of face some of it, but then creatively, it just kind of comes out no matter what And that's what's cool about art is there aren't any rules, there aren't any lines or orders. They can do whatever. And I think it's like literally a physical and emotional release for them. So.
And Chelsea, do you think, obviously art and art therapy really help people who have been through trauma, but it really is kind of a healing thing just for anybody who is going through a stressful time in their life to kind of dabble and look into. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely. I mean, if you've never tried, I would say definitely start with abstract art. You can experiment with lines, different thicknesses, different shapes, and you'll be surprised what you can create. It's a journey. It might look ugly in the beginning, and that's totally fine. But every process is kind of like that too. So we really just want to, provide that space, like Carrie said, to just give that space for that person to be very present. And I think, sometimes people are very intimidated by support groups. Being in a space with other survivors is intimidating, and we understand that. So to give them control, to give them information about what to expect, helps to reduce that anxiety beforehand. But not only that, we're able to, just help them facilitate that conversation, because oftentimes people are nervous that we're going to be talking about what they've endured, and that's what the goal of support group is. When in reality, we set the tone for the group, that all of our groups that we run at the Sexual Assault Center are very present and future focused. So we're like Carrie said, that present moment, very mindful about what we're experiencing in our body, in our thoughts and our emotions, and we're putting it on paper. May not necessarily be through words. So very present and mindful. That's our goal.
Awesome. That is so cool. And we have some really, really amazing artwork over here, back on the back wall here, that actually was created by a survivor. And she is an artist that has actually had her pieces in galleries and has sold for several $100s, like $500 to $700, and she has graciously donated a few of her pieces for us to give to a lucky winner. And so this middle piece right here is actually going to go to our top donor this hour, which right now, I have to say, we just looked at the leaderboard, just happens to be Nature's Way. So we're going to do a little shout out to Nature's Way. You might have this awesome art piece coming to you from a survivor. So thank you so much to Nature's Way and to everybody who's donated so far. We have over 60 donors that have given so far, and we're only like 2.5 hours, 3 hours in, which is so fantastic. We are blown away. So thank you guys so much. Thank you so much to Carrie and Sophie and Chelsea for showing us what art therapy can do. We encourage everyone who is, either has gone through some trauma or even a stressful time in their life to try this out. I am absolutely not an artist, but even I have really seen the kind of healing benefits of being able to just be present, like Chelsea had mentioned. So thank you guys so much, and we'll see you again soon.